Yeah. Did you see after that?
Yeah, his whole masturbating thing. I don't want to know what you're doing while you're watching us. All right, game one on Belashir Vestige Ladder Edition between Abathur and Feyn. I realize it says Kumgawa, but the replay said Abathur, so I figure that's what he wants to be called. Right?
One can hope.
Right.
Spawning down here on the bottom right-hand side of Belashir Vestige LE, we do have our pink Zerg player, Abathur?
Abathur, yep. And on the top left, the yellow Protoss, Feyn, who we have seen several times in the past few rounds. It's Day 9 Tournament League. Once again, I realize Day 9 is on, guys. Whoever's still in the chat and still hanging out with us, awesome. You know, if I was in your position, I'd probably watch Day 9 too because we are very boring.
That's right. We're not very good.
We're actually really terrible.
Yep, pretty bad.
But multi-Twitch and tabs are awesome. And it looks like Abathur did the extractor trick. You see that?
I did see that.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty nifty. Don't see a whole lot of people who do that anymore. I'm actually not really sure how efficient it is, but whatever.
It's about the same as if you 9 Overlord.
Right.
But he's gonna 10 pool.
Hey, 10 pool is the way to go.
10 pool or die trying.
10 pool, flood with lings, you know. Protoss doesn't have a wall.
Or die trying.
10 pool or die trying? I thought it was Forge Fast Expander die trying.
Or 1 gate FE or die trying. Well, it's Naniwa, so it could be really anything you want and die trying.
3 rack or die trying?
Well, that's your motto.
Dick. Shots fired. Spawning pool is just about finished here for Abathur.
Yep, spawning pool just now finished. I'm going to be interested.
What were you saying?
I don't even remember.
Shit hits the fan. Alright, I think that's enough of that. We can't have too much fun. Come on, this is supposed to be semi-professional. Am I right?
Maybe.
So, we did 10 pool into expand, and no lings yet. 2 lings in production.
Nice. We have a Zealot coming out for Feyn.
And gas is being harvested. The second gateway is being dropped. This coffee's delicious. Thanks for letting me get this, guy.
I don't know if I trust it after what I was told.
This was a few days ago, all right? So
yeah, I understand that, but I mean, like...
You just chill out.
I don't know that I can.
All right, so those of you in the chat who are wondering what we're talking about, the other day I had a sip of coffee, and like 20 seconds later I had shit my brains out. So we're hoping that this doesn't occur during this game, or else I'll be going AFK. Exactly. And the floor is done. As you hold command on that zealot. Oh yeah.
So yeah, at this point, what is Feyn still playing random? I guess is the
Feyn is playing random.
Okay.
Yeah, I double checked that before just to make sure. You know, she is playing random. Though obviously, you know, Protoss now. I don't know. I mean, I've never actually spoken with her. I do know that for the past 2 rounds, not including this one, she's also played random. So must be a preference thing, you know.
Yeah.
She is unranked, so it doesn't ladder, or at least hasn't lately, I suppose.
Yeah, the ladders reset when, like a week ago.
Yeah, something like that. But these games were played before that reset happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the replays actually update with the current ranks.
Well, now I just feel silly.
Why?
Because we were talking about how the Mothership Core Photon Overcharge got nerfed. Well, if these were played pre-patch, that wasn't true. You let me lie to our viewers. You let me do it.
I have no words for you.
Zero, why did you let him lie to me?
I don't know,
Why
man.
did
He has no words either.
you let him lie to me?
And expansion going down for Feyn. I feel like, she's banking a bunch of gas. She did get ground weapons level 1 and warp gate. So we'll see if this gas, it's actually going into sentries. So, but double gas seems a little bit excessive for just creating sentries out of gateways.
The goal though might be for a robo later on, or even,
that's possible, or maybe a
well,
Stargate.
the robo's already up, so it actually might be some prep for just Colossi.
Oh wait, that robo is like out of the way. She's obviously trying to hide that. I think. I mean, I'd expect so. Placing it all the way up there in the corner.
Yeah.
So far, we've got some pretty good Overlord spread from Abathur. Not really in the middle of the map, just going to all the bases, I suppose, just to make sure nothing's being snuck by
Are
Feyn.
you seeing what I'm seeing down here in Abathur's base?
Yeah, the Nidus Network, man. Oh,
Heck yeah, we're breaking the meta one game at a time.
I think.
Yes.
Have we seen a Nidus Network at all in this entire season? Like
We
the past
have
round?
once, but it wasn't used to its full potential.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of the underappreciated structures that I just don't see used enough, so that you kind of forget it exists.
When I play 2v2s, when I get Zerg, because I play random in 2s, I love using the Nidus Network, and then just in the Bronze League,
Ooh, dude, he's
in
going for
2v2,
Stormpost.
in the Bronze League 2v2s, nobody scouts, so I just sneak an Overlord in and then rush roaches.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Nidus at the third.
I actually think he could have snuck that into the corner of Feyn's base. I kind of feel like that could have been a thing.
Possibly.
5
Swarm hosts in production, and he's already got a few out, I believe.
Oh, but look at what the Nidus Worm is loaded up with.
Queens, drones.
And drones.
Oh. Wait, he's probably going to steal the bases.
No, actually, most likely what we'll see...
Or spines or something.
Yeah, there'll be spines. Because this push, if you're going to do it, needs to be fortified well with spores and spines.
This is kind of
Make sure
ridiculous,
it's
man.
covered. Dude, this is a lot of fun to watch. It's a pain to deal with. This is a problem that Protoss have even now, is how do you deal with a wave of free units?
Yeah, especially
how
when
do
you
you
can't
deal
get
with
to the swarm host because of the spine crawlers.
Exactly. How do you deal with
There's
this?
actually spores here, spores and spines. Oh man. The thing is, the swarm hosts, the locusts are actually dying before they can get close enough to do much, but...
You know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
At this point, it really doesn't matter. That push has started. So now it's just a matter of time unless Feyn can come up with an amazing response to deal with this.
And I do think he actually got the upgrade for extra life, so they are going to last a little bit longer now. That's complete. And yeah, you're right. I mean, the swarm host wave after wave after wave. He's got even more swarm hosts. Sending them through the Nidus network and over here. 5 of them need to be burrowed now, and this is just going to be relentless. Wow.
You know the actual response to this?
What is that?
Ironically enough, Tempest.
You think so?
Tempests they've been seen even at the highest levels of play as the immediate response to this. The problem is if the Protoss player doesn't scout it early enough, like Feyn didn't see this coming. This is going to be a real issue unless she figures out some way to deal with it like right now, like dropping Stargates as we speak.
Yeah, and I don't think it's really that appropriate that she actually go ahead and push right now. She just has to deal with this. I think if she does decide to go ahead and push towards these swarm hosts, she's just going to lose everything. Because we got a bunch of queens here who can transfuse on spines, and of course a ton of swarm hosts up here. 7 more in production, and they're just rallying straight for that Nidus. And we've got overlords all over the map. Peeping through.
I mean, like, you can see how effective this is, and that's why Tempest with Choo Choo about describes it.
Yeah, no kidding. Just all sorts of damage being done. This just looks so frustrating for Feyn. As you were saying, I guess I can see why Tempest would be the counter to this, is because you can make more and more ground units, but what are they going to do there? Lotus do so much damage. They do 12 per shot, which is more than a Marine, and they're free, and there are so many of them.
Well, and actually, let me kind of rephrase that. The response to this is Charge Squad, Colossus, Tempest, mostly for like the support. You can mix carriers in there to kind of help out too, but that's kind of the composition that you want to go for to try and deal with this.
If you're going for straight Swarm Host, though, I suppose just going right for those Tempests wouldn't be the worst idea. But you definitely do need some of those zealots to soak up damage and such.
You need a meat shield.
And the natural dies. I think this is, they're going to unburrow here and burrow closer to this base, and this is just going to happen.
I think Choo-Choo is a pretty acceptable response in that case, because that's kind of what it's like. It's hard to stop a train.
At this point, there are just too many Swarm Hosts, and I don't think there's anything she can do to stop this. You can't do DTs because of the Spore Crawler and Spine Crawler coverage, and that would take way too long to get to anyway. She just doesn't have the income to get up the Tempest, I don't think. So, really, I feel like this game is over.
Yeah, I do too. It's only a matter of time, just continuing to barge down the front as Locusts are just going to continue to pick away.
Yeah. Meanwhile, grabbing a third, a fourth, and a fifth base. Just solidifying that lead, keeping the Protoss on one base. Yeah, this game definitely can't go well for Feyn at all. I feel like probably going to see a GG. Unless she decides to hold on. It's not like she's dying incredibly fast. This is just a slow, painful death. But it's death regardless.
Yeah.
I just don't see anything going in the Protoss' favor at this point. I've never actually seen a game won with exclusively Swarm Hosts until now.
Well, usually what happens is some sort of a transition out of like Wing Ultra, where you supplement it with Swarm Hosts.
Alright, so Abathur does take that series to a 1-0.
So many hashtags were had during that series.
Yeah, let's avoid that next time, right? Yeah? Sound good?
I guess.
I'll take it into consideration.
Okay. Sounds good to me, man. It's just as long as you keep that in there, you don't forget about it. So. Alright.
Okay.
Game 2. Game 2.
Game goes.
Okay. I might have these mixed up because these particular replays were not labeled. Yep. So it looks like game 3 I actually have is Whirlwind LE, so that is game 2. So we'll do this one. That's fine by me. Invite you guys into the party and let's get this going. Oh man. So much StarCraft. We've been streaming for 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Comcast is probably going to hate me at the end of the month. But they're going to have to...
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Exactly. Alright.
Alright. This is game 2 between Abathur and Feyn. Whirlwind Ladder Edition. We did see our Zerg buddy Abathur take that game pretty easily. That was kind of surprising how easily that was done with a Swarm Host. I just think Feyn did not expect that at all. Anyway, on the top right of Whirlwind, we have our pink Zerg pieces, Abathur.
And spawning on the bottom left-hand side is the yellow Zerg pieces. We have Feyn.
So it's a ZVZ. And obviously, Feyn playing random and getting Zerg this time. So I can't remember what we concluded her best race was. I think it might have been Zerg. Because we actually got a taste of all of those different play styles back in round 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, anyway, ZVZ can be fun to watch. Just not simply for the Ling-Baneling wars. If you ask me. The most boring matchup to watch is TVT, in my opinion. mirror matchups generally are not all that exciting, though. I'd say.
Well, ZVZ is one of those though that's it's still fun to watch because yeah, it's it's Ling Bane Wars, but it's fun to
I
watch
guess I
stuff
should take
explode.
that back. Mirror matchups are usually frustrating to play, but I mean, in the case of ZVZ, I find it's fun to watch. You know, Ling Bane Ling Wars, and PvP I find really fun to watch in one circumstance, and that is 4-gate versus 4-gate. Combat X versus Deezer, you know, that was a lot of fun to watch. Those VODs were great. Alright, so Feyn grabbing an expansion quite a bit quicker than her opponent. Her opponent just going for that early pool. No pool yet for Feyn. And there it goes.
Yeah.
So, do we want to take some time to plug anything? I mean, we haven't done that all night. Maybe some
I don't know,
shout outs
sure.
or something?
I was gonna say, is there anything you'd like to plug? I mean,
I'd at least like to plug Faust because this is the first time that he's been able to attend the stream. I wanted to thank him for watching and sticking with us for the past 4 hours. I think that's about it. I mean, as far as new news, I mean, you guys are obviously here on the channel, so you got the news that this is the new channel for projects. Excuse me, that Woodhaus and I will be working on together. But
yeah.
That's really it. That's all that I have.
The Facebook page is still going under some rebranding, but that'll be up. I'm hoping by the end of the weekend.
All right, sounds good. Also, we see the hatchery for Abathur just about 75% of the way done. A little bit later than Feyn's hatchery, which is already finished. Supply is completely even right now, though Abathur does go ahead and drop a roach warren. And we see the gas for Feyn being collected there off of one extractor. And speed is now on the way. So we see no speed from Abathur. That's right, correct? Yeah,
Yes.
he didn't get speed.
Sorry, I was just looking at the image that was posted in the chat.
Oh, no, that's fine. What image is that?
That was from Foss.
Oh, nice. He's got the double stream going.
Triple stream.
Triple stream. Oh, I see it. Nice. I commend you. Thank you for sticking around, Faust, and thanks for that dedication there. That is awesome. It makes us feel very warm and fuzzy inside that you
Or
would
is
go
that
to
the
that
coffee?
extent for our content. Oh, man. So we have Abathur going for roaches. None in production just yet. And Metabolic Boost just about finished here for Feyn. And who fired the shots?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Just making sure there's no aggression going on here. And we're just a big happy family, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
As much as shit as you give me, Woodhaus, I put up with it. No hard feelings. Fuck you. Stay on topic, asshole.
I am on topic. I'm watching the ZVZ.
I'm watching the ZDZ as well. We also see Feyn has a roach warren of her own, about 10 seconds from completion. But Abathur got that roach warren pretty early, but he hasn't made any roaches yet.
I was going to say, to this point, we haven't actually seen either roach warren be used. Both players are actually just content to drone up at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Generally, you would, I mean, if you're planning on just droning up, you would drone up and then get your roach warren, right? And that would make sense to me, as opposed
I
to
don't
getting
know.
the building and not using it or upgrading. But that's fine. I mean,
So, I'm a little bit skeptical on that one because I would like to have it more so for the defensive capability.
yeah, but
So
generally,
that
I
way
would.
if you have to switch into the roach tech.
I feel like that's what the spawning pool would be used for, no?
Well, but I mean, lings, while they are valuable in large numbers, if you got like 4 of them against an oncoming wave, it's not really going to do a whole lot.
So this is interesting. She dropped a roach warren, and then also drops a spire. Yet hasn't been using the roach warren or really the spawning pool just yet. Both of them just droning up, as you were saying.
Well, and I mean, like, this is actually a pretty standard play because there, again, you can use the roaches as a
Yeah.
reaction. So, I mean, I don't disagree with this play at all, actually.
It's not that I disagree with it. It's just that I find it interesting. I don't know what their actual game plan is. Oh, and we have a infestation pit for Abathur going down. So we have a spire for Feyn. Actually, a second spire. So it looks like Mutalisks are going to be favored here, and also grabbing that third base. Meanwhile, we have Abathur, who is dropping down the infestation pit, which is about 20 seconds from completion. And I wonder if he's just rushing for hive tech off of 2 bases. I don't really, see why that would be happening, but we'll see what he decides to go ahead and do with it. But we know for a fact that we're going to see lots of mutas.
I'll be interested to see if Feyn actually gets 2 mutas in the time that Abathur goes. I'm assuming this is going to be Swarm Host.
Yep. Considering what we saw that last game, Swarm Host.
And there we are, 6 of them in production.
Yeah, well, I guess he likes his Swarm Host. Apparently, he's getting the Enduring Locust upgrade for that. Though, I mean, it's interesting because he doesn't know that his opponent has the 2 spires, so this could be kind of a risky call. Actually, okay, we also see a roach speed or Feyn in production, but I feel like if Feyn gets a large amount of mutas, that Swarm Hosts are just going to completely flop.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to come down to execution on the part of Abathur in terms of, is he going to fortify everything like he did last time, or is it going to be, something completely different? But we do see a faster third out of Feyn.
Yeah, the one thing Feyn does need in response to the Swarm Hosts is, Overseers, or at least some form of detection. And she doesn't know that there are actually Swarm Hosts out yet, so the fact that she has no detection yet is excusable. But once she does get that detection, I feel like the Swarm Hosts are going to be taken care of quite easily. 5 Mutalisks in production, with missile attacks and flyer carapace in production.
So yeah, this is kind of, as I was saying before, you see Feyn using the roaches in more of a defensive role.
Yeah.
At least for the moment. Now, when she actually does go to attack, they're going to be the ones that take the majority of the damage, which is good because they're definitely heavier than Lings. So it's one way you can kind of get around having to have the larger number of Lings with you, is just to have heavier units.
You got your double expansion, by the way, from Abathur.
Oh, there we go.
Both of these guys are definitely banking up on the minerals, so we could see like a triple expansion out of Feyn right now, and that would be totally cool.
Yeah, it'd be legit too.
3,500 minerals in the bank for Feyn, and 1,600 in the bank for Abathur. Macro hatches are in order, but I suppose, when you've got extra bases like this, why not just put your macro hatches as actual bases?
We've had that discussion before, but if you're using them primarily for larvae, I think you're better using them as macro hatches.
Yeah.
Or even maybe creep spread hatches, if that makes any sense. But I don't know the feasibility of that one.
Definitely have some good creep spread coming out from Abathur. He's got a few queens there that put down a line of creep tumors, which we also see good creep spread from Feyn. Though Feyn seems to be progressing more of a straight direction as opposed to all over the place like Abathur is doing.
So we do have some Lings coming across the map now from Abathur. The Muta are going to come over here and destroy a couple Overlords.
And the Queen falls for Abathur. Oh yeah, that could be a pretty annoying loss there for Abathur. It's only one Muta taking care of that Overlord. Taking a little bit longer than we would like.
Yeah.
And just doesn't even finish the job.
20 health.
Got bored. Apparently. It's throwing me off when I'm seeing these units move across the map, the mini-map. Then I realize that they're just locusts and they're dying before they get anywhere close to the bases. And let's see what kind of damage these mutas from Feyn can do. Definitely going to catch Abathur by surprise, I feel.
Now, there are a couple spores already in the main, so...
That is true. He did see them earlier, but I feel like he didn't really see this big flock coming. I mean, that was obviously like a desperation response, dropping down those spores, but they weren't quite enough, you know, not soon enough, and Feyn is going to be able to shred through these overlords. Probably going to supply block Abathur here after these last two fall, and
Yep.
112 out of 112. A couple of spores here at the natural are going to be able to keep it safe for a little bit, I suppose, but I mean, you got to remember the buff on these spore crawlers. Versus biological is 45, that's insane damage. So, I mean, just a few of these will be able to really take care of this meatless flock.
Yeah, it's definitely enough to hold off most things.
The one thing these mutas I feel can be very useful for is taking care of the swarm host, of course. But, you know, last time we saw Abathur use these swarm hosts in combination with his own spore crawlers, which would be pretty interesting to see Feyn try to deal with that.
Now, what I'm actually kind of interested to see is
Almost
if
7,000
Abathur-
minerals, man.
I was gonna say if Abathur actually decides to move out.
Yeah. Actually, let's look at the units and see how much larva Feyn actually has. Feyn only has 10 larvae, but she could drop down like 3 or 4 macro hatches at this point and just flood lings too, you know?
Yeah.
With this much money, he could really do anything. I wonder if it's just... I don't think particularly she's saving up for something, but I feel like this is, you know, and I don't mean to be derogatory in any way. It's just like when you get down to the lower levels, I guess it's harder to keep up with production when you get later into the game off 3 bases, 4 bases, and so I don't think, you know, this is an intentional banking of money. Though we might see all of this money be used in like a huge wave of lings or something like that. Oh no. Yeah, so Feyn definitely is aware of these swarm hosts, just because of these locusts, and might head out here to try and look for them. But again, we see Abathur has surrounded his swarm host with spore crawlers, protecting them from mutalisks. And there's really nothing on the ground that could take care of these swarm hosts. So really, like, I mean, I realize this is back in his base, but this is like impenetrable almost. And big group of roaches here from Feyn heading across the map. Gonna take up residence by this creep tumor. Not pushed out just yet. Feyn going ahead and grabbing a 4th and 5th base. No, this is just crazy. He's just got the swarm host rallied. I mean, wave after wave after wave. They're not really doing anything, but the locusts are there. You know, I guess that's...
I'm not really sure what the goal is here.
Maybe just to keep vision, but he's got creep for that, so I'm not really sure. But, I mean, if he's not careful, he might lose this space, but this is a lot of roaches from Feyn, and they've got 2 0 upgrades, but Abathur is a 2-2, but it doesn't matter. There are just so many roaches from Feyn, and they're going to be able to clean up all of those roaches from Abathur. That's a lot of locusts there that might be able to defend this base.
Did Feyn lose all of her mutas?
What? Whoa.
Feyn lost all of her mutas. She
Just
does
took
have
spores?
Yeah, just the spores.
Wow. Wow. That's almost like... That's almost ridiculous. I don't know, dude. That one... No, they must be somewhere, man. Because that spore crawler has 1 kill on it. And the other one has 0.
21 mutas right now, and they're all headed out to a rally point.
Wow. I don't know, man. Maybe the spore crawlers that actually killed off the mutas were killed by the roaches.
That's possible.
Yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. There's no reason for that many mutas to just disappear. Looks like Faust is going to dinner. Thanks for joining us, man.
Have a good one, Faust.
Yeah, have a good meal or whatever it is. Party. Say hi to your friends for us. Plug the stream for us.
That's right. Look at how much money Feyn has in the bank.
That's so much money. I mean, doesn't even need drones anymore. She could just use the drones and as a buffer.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Although we do get level 3 missile attacks and
Oh
ground.
god, there are so many spores here all over the place from Abathur. These mutas really aren't going to do much of anything. I mean, lots of roaches here. From Abathur heading across the map, taking out this 4th base. And it falls.
Actually, Abathur in a really good spot right here, making Feyn come up to him. He does have the better concave, but the mutas are going to...
Yeah, these mutas are going to be able to take care of these roaches, but not before Feyn's own roaches are taken care of.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure this matters at all.
Yeah, I mean, roaches at 2-2, mutas just do hardly any damage to them. And they're just going to run right up into the main. Start taking out some tech buildings. Wow. Those are some durable roaches, man. I mean, you can have as many mutalists as you want, but you're not going to be able to deal with those too quickly. But I don't think he's actually going to be able to get the lair.
No, I don't think he will. I think actually this is a good distraction, though. And again, I would like to see the
swarm host move forward.
Move forward.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fix this out.
I mean, Feyn lost a base, but it doesn't matter because she has 12,000, almost 13,000 minerals. And really, I mean, I'm trying to check her larva. She's only got 6. Or, excuse me, 16, I'm sorry. But she could drop down several macro hatches and just flood lings, if anything. You know, and even with this many locusts, you could just run right by them with speed and do a whole lot of damage, even with a bunch of roaches here.
Yeah. I think the goal is just going to be to pick away at Feyn until there's really nothing
Definitely.
left.
I mean, Feyn has all sorts of money, but she's just not spending it fast enough.
Yeah.
You know, Abathur definitely has a better Zerg macro, I would say, and better control. He's definitely spending more. He's got 4 bases, and keeping his money relatively low, at least in comparison. He's still got like 3,500 minerals and 3,500 gas, but he's maxed, so that's excusable for now.
Yeah, and at this point, actually, I would like to see some macro hatches go down, but...
God, so many mutas, but... I mean, they're good at... I mean, in that number, I guess they kind of pick away at the roach numbers, but they're just not going to be able to do anything at the base, just due to the sheer amount of spore crawlers.
This poor infestation pit.
Or not. I guess that's the next victim.
Yeah, oh, or not. Maybe the spires.
Yeah, just going to go for the spires, yeah. I mean, these mutas are 2-2, and they're just taking so long to take care of these roaches. The roaches are 3-3, so... Wow. I mean, I think I missed that as well. Actually, no, the roaches actually took care of that 3rd base there. 28 more roaches on the way. And he's still at 3,000 minerals. Wow.
Yeah, Feyn in not a great spot here at the moment.
Not at all. I mean, she's got that 4th base up there, but nothing's going on. The natural's mining, but pretty much dead. 3rd is mining. While Abathur here has got 2 saturated bases. Probably a 5th here soon. Yep, looks like at that top base there, he's building a hatchery and a couple geysers. And a huge flock of mutalisks flying around the bottom of the map. But again, there are so many spore crawlers that I just don't think it's going to do much damage. It might be able to take away some of the drones, but I mean, if she's not careful with those mutas, they're just going to get annihilated by the spore crawlers.
Yeah, exactly. That change to the spawn crawler actually has done wonders in changing this matchup. It's no longer Muta Wars, it's no longer anything like that. It's actually hard to classify this.
I remember hearing back in the early days of HOTS and later days of Wings of Liberty, people complaining about ZBZ and how there's always a Muta War. Burrowing the roaches. Nice.
Yes.
It's like, oh shit, here come the mutas. Run! Nice. But really, I mean, these swarm hosts aren't really doing much of anything. I mean, he's got them rallied over here the entire game, but the locusts don't make it. You know, it's almost like these swarm hosts have just been there for show. They haven't really done anything at all. He has his 1 kill, 2 kills, 1 kill, 2 kills, 0 kills. You know, like these Wormhouse have done hardly anything.
Yeah.
But you know, Feyn can't exactly engage this head on because of the sheer amount of roaches, of course, but also because of the Swarm House at home. So she's really done for, I feel, especially after losing that base. She's got a huge flock of mutas, but it's just not going to save her from anything.
Well, yeah, exactly. And Feyn is actually in the process of basically losing her entire base at the moment. Not really a whole lot she can do.
You know, she has, I mean, 21 mutas, but 21 mutas that are 2-2 nonetheless. But you can't really do anything with these mutas when you've got so many spore crawlers all over the map. So, really, I mean, she's got so much money. I mean, I would say she's definitely not out of this because of that bank, but she doesn't have the larva count to actually come back.
I would actually kind of put Feyn out of this one right now, more so from the standpoint of production.
Yeah, exactly.
Just doesn't have the larva to spend all the money. I mean, it doesn't look good for Feyn. Yeah, something crazy could happen, but at the moment at least, it's looking pretty grim for Feyn.
Earlier, she could definitely have dropped several macro hatches and just used all of that money just to flood anything. You know, this is so much money she's got, but it's just too late at this point to do anything like that. And this is a huge amount of roaches that are just going to pretty much destroy this natural at any minute now. The mutas are busy taking care of locusts that are going to die regardless.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yep, I would agree with that. The natural's going to fall here at any minute. There it goes, and I'm expecting a GG, as are you, most likely. This is it's sad to see Feyn not able to use a huge flock of mutas like this to really do anything. Because spore crawlers, man, they're just that good.
They are.
Feyn officially has no bases left. I'm just wondering why there hasn't been a GG yet. Ooh, look at that. That sneaky base in the top left.
Oh, there we go.
And another one to be made right there. A little bit ridiculous since this game is definitely over and has been over for a long time. So Feyn just does not want to accept defeat at this point, which I suppose can be honorable in some cases. But in other cases, when defeat is just so obvious, you gotta just GG out.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is a tournament, so you give it everything you got, but at the same time, it's, you know...
Hey man, all you need is a probe in the chair.
True.
Or a drone in the chair in this case. So...
I personally have never been a fan of hiding bases, though.
Yeah, that's actually something I haven't done since the first week I played StarCraft, and everyone said, no, don't do that. That and floating.
Yeah.
Look at all these bases on the bottom of the map. She's just being really pesky at this point. Yeah. Okay, I think it's time to GG. I mean, I think it was just, you know, good fun.
Yeah.
Not really something to be kind of a pain in the ass or anything. So Abathur 2-0 so far. And just gonna wait for a GG here. It's gotta come in any minute. There we go.
And there we go.
All right.
Freaks.
What?
I thought you said these games were gonna be that bad.
Trust me, it'll be fine.
Oh my god.
I will never trust you ever again. Whatever trust we had in our
Yeah, like-
dysfunctional
like
family is now gone.
Trumpet's in the chat, or at least he was at some point.
Oh man.
We've got one more, not one series left. We've got one game. Excuse me. Oh, fuck it! Damn it! Disregard that.
Oh. Freaks. Freaks. No, that's bad. You know what you just did.
Right, this is the last series.
Nobody heard what I just said.
Yeah, no,
We
we
do
can't
have one series
rewind and
left after
edit that
this.
out, so
We have a series left after this, okay?
No. I'm putting my foot down.
Go with it. Go with it. I
I'm
meant what I
putting my
said.
foot down.
We have one series left.
No.
Definitely not one game left.
Oh my god.
All right, so game 3. Oh, no. Fucking wrong replay. No. We already saw this game.
We saw.
I'm sorry. We can all tell we're all getting tired.
We're
That's
gonna cast it again.
fine.
No.
No. Let's cast it again.
That was so fun. Let's cast it again.
That's right.
All right, here we go. This is the right one. That was so much fun. Let's
All the
watch the
nice
replay
things
again.
we can't have.
Oh no. All right. Let's cast it again. It was so much fun. That's an outcome.
Oh, we have flaming dead frogs in the chat.
Oh,
That's no good.
hey, dead frogs.
Might need to get the fire
was-
extinguisher. Yeah, it probably
was-
doesn't smell very
Dead
good.
frogs is on fire. Nice.
No,
Game
I
three
promised
between-
a finish to The Hobbit, in which my wife and I started this morning. So
That's fine. Trust me, we'll be all right. You can trust me, okay? This is
I
game
don't.
3
I
between
refuse
Abathur
to
and Feyn.
trust you.
Shut up. Pause, please. Let's pause it.
No.
Just kidding. So on the top, the top, top of Polar Night Ladder Edition, we have our Pink Zerg, Abathur.
Spawning on the bottom side as the yellow Terran pieces, we have Feyn, who is currently down in the series 0-2. We'll see if she can pull this one out and come back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is. I guess we've seen her play every race tonight.
Yeah, we have. We're gonna have to.
Game
Of
1
the
Protoss,
three-
game 2 Zerg.
Of the 3 so far, I would have to say Zerg is probably her best.
Yeah. Unless her Terran has improved since the last time
Uh-oh.
we saw her.
Uh-oh.
Double gas extractor trick, man.
Double gas extractor, so we have 12 of 10. Are we gonna see a 10 pool?
I don't think so.
Dead frogs, you're not the Hobbit. And if you are, get back to the
Dead
center.
Frogs is the Hobbit. He is the Hobbit. I am the Hobbit.
No.
I don't know what we're gonna see. I mean, we saw the extractor trick. We're at 12. Not a 10 pool, a 12 pool.
12 pool. So pretty
Oh.
standard.
That's some pretty standard stuff, I'd say. And from Feyn here, pretty standard timings on the supply depot barracks, all that fun stuff. I would like to see the refinery, and there it is. Nice. So either we can see some Reapers, we can see a factory. TVZ has a whole lot of things you can do. And an extractor from Abathur. So not going for a base and an expand, he's going for that gas. Dat gas.
Maybe Banelings?
Maybe Banelings.
Thinking Banelings.
I don't know, man.
Or quick speed.
It doesn't seem like he's actually getting a whole lot of scouting done. He has no drone. He's got a game plan. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to do it regardless.
7 roach rush. Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Nailed it.
Except that I don't know if that was actually as fast as possible, but still, we are 1-1 base, and we are seeing a roach swarm, so we are going to see some early roaches. Tech lab going down for Feyn here, though. I don't know if she doesn't get a bunker down or actually get some marauders out quick enough. Roaches could do the trick. However,
Feyn is going to come up here and scout this. Although it may look like just a defensive 1 base build at this point.
yeah, Feyn knows what's going on right now. Sees the roach warren. I mean, if I was Feyn, I'd be pretty concerned at that point. No expansion, roach warren. Got to drop a bunker or something, maybe some marauders. Looks like she's actually going to still go with Reapers, and I feel like that, after seeing those roaches, that's a pretty bad decision. But maybe that's just something she's comfortable with as far as, playing TVZ, because, I mean, as we've talked about before, playing random is really tough. So
Yeah, definitely.
being familiar with all the races and all the, the things you could do is definitely hard. But I don't think the Reaper's going to be able to do a whole lot.
Yeah, and the roaches are starting to rally across the map now. So now we have the 4th roach rally of 2014.
The 4th Roach Rally of 2014.
Yeah.
And actually, a second barracks going down, and the factory just about finished. Are we going to see a second Reaper? Yeah. So she's going to continue making Reapers. One thing I don't know if she noticed is that you don't actually need the tech lab to make Reapers. Maybe she's just planning on going for Stim Pack or Combat Shield after she gets a few Reapers out. But I mean, this is a lot of roaches and there's a lot of drones. This is all in, man.
We are all in.
This is all in, and there's nothing at home. There's one Marine and one Reaper at home.
I want it all. I want it now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. This is game. There's really nothing Feyn can do against this. This is a really powerful early push that she, could have seen coming had she read that Roach Warren properly. The one-base Roach Warren. But, that's fine.
Yeah, and Feyn with the GD.
Definitely a learning experience,
Yeah.
When you see the Roach Warren and you don't see a second base or expansion, whatever, natural, then you're in for a bad time, especially if you make Reapers.